Hello, hello, hello. My name is Linda Murray Bullock. They call me the Business Plug. You've just tuned in to the Business Plugs Mixer. And so each week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we come on to introduce you to new people around the world who are doing magnificent things that we think you would get a real push out of knowing what they do and how they do it. And so today is no different. Today, I am so excited about my guest. We've talked and we've had a great conversation, and now you get to meet Miss Emily. You get to meet Emily Martin, and so she's going to tell you about her and what she does and who she is and all of that. And you're going to want to lean in like I did. So we are going to do that part right after I tell you a couple of things. First thing, if you would like to be on the Business Plus Mixer, there is a link on my website, getthebusiness.org. Go ahead and schedule a conversation, and we'll talk about how you can become a guest on the Business Plugs Mixer. Also, on August the 15th, from noon till 3 o'clock Eastern, I am hosting uh, Grant Magic Brunch and Learn. And so this is to help people who have always said, "Oh, I need to get grants. How do I jump in there and get the grants?" So it's to help you. It's for a beginner's class, and it can help some advancements too. It's going to actually show you how to get positioned for grants, and then it's going to show you how to go look for grants and all the magic that has to happen in order for you to win grants. My clients are winning grants, and I'm loving that for them. So that's on the 15th. Those tickets are on sale today on eventbrite.com, and it's called Magic Brunch and Learn. It is online and in person. And so if you are interested, go ahead and get your ticket, and I'll see you on the 15th of August. So with that done, now my team will be happy. I've done my homework. Before I bring her on, also share this, do the like, do the subscribe so that you know when the Business Plug Mixer is on. Because sometimes during the week we do some special editions and things, and so that you never miss one of the shows because you'll miss out. You'll miss meeting beautiful people that I bring on. Go ahead and like and subscribe to wherever you're watching this now. And with no further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our guest, my guest, Emily Martin, who is coming to the stage. Hey, Emily.
Hey, Miss Linda.
Hey,
Hi.
dear.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So some will watch it now, others will watch it in the replay. But
Okay.
tell my followers about Emily. Who is Emily Martin?
Yes, Emily Martin. Oh my goodness. It's so weird talking about yourself when you're doing these type of things. No, but I really like to say that I love connecting with people. I feel like I've lived multiple lives in this only 29-year span, having two kids. So being a mom is definitely relatable to other women. And then just making sure that, you do everything for your kids. So then also just being a hard worker and going to work. And so I do financial planning. I'm with Northwestern Mutual, but it's all about building a financial plan, something that we don't necessarily want to talk about. It doesn't really matter where you start, it's where you end. And it's anybody in any part of their life can need a plan or use a plan. So I'm all about just making sure that, and especially women, young women, we are financially stable, we are financially aware and secure. And so that's just a little bit about me, Miss Linda.
Absolutely. So that's the business part of Emily. What's the other part of Emily?
Yes. So I know. So I started off with fashion. I love fashion. Maya Angelou's quote, you can never be overdressed and, overeducated. And, I don't know, it's something about fashion. You wear clothes every day. It's a way to express yourself. So I just knew that I was going to be doing something in fashion. So I told my mom, I told my dad I was going to go to college for fashion, and then I ended up working in New York at a huge sneaker company. So that was awesome in fashion. I did my internship at Michael Kors, which was like awesome. I saw him a couple times. So, I just was all fashion, but pandemic, Miss Linda, and you can relate. The pandemic changed
Absolutely.
everything. And so it
It
just,
changed life.
yeah, it changed life. And so it was just a moment where, sometimes you have to pivot. And it's so funny. I say finance and fashion, fashion and finance, but it's really like kind of goes together. And so now I've just been
Absolutely.
kind of really embracing the two. I had to pivot from being all about fashion, but at least being able to look good while your bank account looks good. I think that's it. That's
That's
how
important.
I want to be. So,
But
we're not there
that's definitely
yet. We're building there.
absolutely that's definitely important because when you look good, you feel good.
Exactly. Exactly,
Yeah.
Miss Linda. When you look good, you feel good. You want to look good at all times. You never know who you're gonna run into or who you may meet. And so it's just always good to, you know, dress the part.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dressing the part.
Yeah.
A lot of my followers are entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're in all levels, just starting out, just have the idea, want to actually jumped in and oh
Yes.
wow. Or I've been at it for a few years and doing very well. So they're all over the place. But what we talked about, you and I talked about,
Mm-hmm.
was specifically how bringing your personality to the workplace, wherever that is, like
Yes.
not dimming your light and showing your particular fashion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Yes. And so for my business owners out there, I feel like I am a business owner, you're a business owner, Miss Linda. We have the ability to showcase who we are. We're in charge. And so with that in mind, why not express that in whatever way, you may feel it comes across through clothes, through your personality. You just have to be you. And I think that that makes each of our businesses unique. And just how people say, there's money out there for everybody, there's a space out there for everyone. So, Joe Schmo may not like the way you're dressing, but this person over here may, and it really may be a great connection. So I think that it's really important that, yes, you want to show up professional, you want to be taken serious, but then also you want to express who you are. And I feel like clothes are the only, not just clothes, but clothes is a huge factor in that. So, being bold, taking risks, and it's also a great conversation starter, like when you're just at a networking event or with something, or just see somebody on the street, hey, I like your shirt, or I like your shoes. You just never know where that conversation can lead. And I think that, especially in this world today where everybody is just trying to find who they are, why not just embrace who we are,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And you know what? There have been times where I put things together that there was a time when I wouldn't have put them together, but I put them together because on some days I feel a little risky.
Yes,
Not
exactly.
risque, but risky.
Yes.
Yeah. And then those are the days that people say, that is so cute what you have on. And I'm like, okay, that's thrown together, but okay. Because sometimes you just feel a little different about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that little compliment that makes your day, and it's just,
Absolutely.
yeah, it just makes you feel good. And it's like, I thought it was risky, but people really like it. So why don't I do more of this? Like, how can I incorporate this to everyday, wardrobe life? And so, yeah, no, I just never thought about it like that. But yeah, I just love clothes, and I just think it's such an easy way to express who you are. And each day you can wear something different that just shows a different side of you. And I think, and we were also talking last week, we were just like, especially in being in the finance corporate life, you want to adhere to the rules, you want to show up professional, but at the end of the day, like, it's 2026, like the two-piece suit is great, but like let's kind of elevate. Let's get a little creative, like you have on Miss Lynette. Let's put on a scarf, like let's spice it up a little bit. And I think that that's okay to do that. And especially being a business owner, it's your business, it's your brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wore this green to church today, and I like that green. Oh, look at you, the color of money. Like I was getting complimented. I thought, this is so funny.
Yeah,
This is so funny that I'm having this fashion conversation today.
exactly. Exactly. And the
But yeah,
church
but
ladies,
people
they be
notice
honest
when you,
too.
yeah, people notice. They do.
Yeah. And so you just got to embrace that, and
They-
it's just also like so memorable. Like, dang, that was Miss Linda with the green on. Like, it makes people think maybe I can pull off a green, like maybe I can do this too. So I also think it kind of gives like a low key like nod of affirmation, like, it's okay to do this, you know. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I am definitely an envelope pusher.
Yeah.
So I've been known to push a few envelopes in my time. So,
Exactly.
but the thing about it is trying to find you. And a lot of times, and that's where you come in, because you
Hmm.
help people um to pare down their attention so they can pay attention to what is truly them. Right.
Hmm.
Because you have
Hmm.
some people say, well, I don't wear yellow, or I don't wear this, or I don't wear that. I don't know that I'll ever say I won't wear a color. I'll try it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll try it. So I
Right.
don't know.
And I think, and it's so funny. People all ask me sometimes, they're like, so what did you even learn in fashion school? Like, what do they teach you, and it's just all about, a lot of the foundation is more so color and how you compare different colors, and obviously different colors mean different things, but just more so just being able to understand that certain skin tones don't look as nice as other skin tones with certain colors, but at the end of the day, like, you can make it work, you can make it work. And
Absolutely.
so I think just being bold and taking risk is also important too in your fashion, because one color you think may not look good may look the bomb on you, and so I think color is just super
Right.
important. And I know we love black. A lot of my girlfriends, they just have black, 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 black in their closet. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, can we get a little bit of color? Like just a little something just to spice it up a little bit. And again, be memorable, be a conversation starter. Like, I'm all here for black, but just also being, again, bold, yellow, orange, and just not being afraid to wear it. And then I know everybody's like, I don't know, is Miss Linda, is don't wear white after Labor Day still a thing? But like, we're still wearing white, like just things like that.
Absolutely. Girl, I wear it all year. No, that when I
Right.
learned that was a caste way of dressing, I am so against that. So I
Yeah,
wear white all now. I do go between like the white and the winter white, but I still wear white all year. Like
exactly.
I'm like, white looks good in September. What do you mean? What do you
Right.
mean?
Like, why
The
can't
sun
we
is
wear
still
it?
hot. It's still white is still good for me.
Yeah, no, I love a good like
Yeah,
white
there
tee,
was
white
no rule.
anything.
Some rules didn't make sense to me. And like, undergarments, they just say, well, don't wear dark undergarments. But on us, when you wore the white ones, were more than when
Yeah,
you wore the darker ones, right? And so I'm
exactly.
glad that now they're starting to make brown undergarments. I
Right.
love that. But
Inclusivity.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah, there was a lot of rules. There was a lot of rules in fashion ago that
mhm.
have kind of waylaid or outlived their time or whatever. I mean, still there, etiquette, whatever. But as far as the don'ts, there were too many don'ts.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly.
I like to see women embrace the body. Yeah. I like seeing women embrace the body they're in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
regardless of age.
And that's another thing.
And
Yes. Yeah, it
and
doesn't
so
matter
age
how old you
appropriate.
are. Exactly. Age is a number. And I was just thinking about that earlier this morning. And and as I was looking in the mirror, I was like, age is just a number at this point.
Absolutely. Because you're as young as you feel. And it's not even about being young or dressing young or wanting to be young. It's not any of that. It's just wanting to express who you are,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
regardless of your age.
Exactly. And once you're so comfortable with yourself, you just like, you know what? I'm gonna just put on whatever. And that's who I am. And if somebody has a problem with that, then oh well. But like, it just comes to the point where you're just like, I like this type of vibe. And so you
I,
just go
I
with it.
yeah, I saw it was an Instagram post or thread or one of the social media posts, and it said, "I am 22. My neighbor is 66, and she dresses much younger. What should I do?" And I'm like, "Girl, mind the business that pays."
Right. Take a note or two. Yeah.
Yeah, just think you should live so long. I mean, what?
Right. Like
But
who says that?
yeah, and I was listening to, they were talking about a local. I'm in Chattanooga, and they were talking the other day that we have this hairdresser that was once a school board person
Mhm.
who has things that she says about how people dress. And one of the guys, I was listening to a podcast, and one of the guys was like, "Well, everybody needs her. Everybody needs somebody like her in their life." And I'm thinking, no, they don't.
Right. No, they
Nobody
don't.
needs that.
Right. No.
No, who needs a critic? You need a critic in your life. No,
No.
no. I think if it makes you feel good to wear, if you are acceptable of what it is, and it makes you and it's appropriate for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't go out in a two-piece bikini or anything like that. But at the same time, I would want to put on a swimsuit and probably a cover all, cover up over it. But still, I
Yeah.
just think there are too many rules when you get a certain age that people try to impress their idea of your age. But this is your first time being here. So how do you know? How do you
Right.
like no, I choose not to do that. I remember my grandkids used to say, "You're our young grandmama." It's like, okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but okay. Whatever
Right.
that is. Because I don't want to get old until I'm old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what I'm supposed to act like at 66, but I act like I act. And most people say, but I'm thinking you're in like late 40s, early 50s. I'm like, no.
Right. That's what I thought too, Miss. When I was like, okay, yeah, you know. But it's
But
just
I
like
want
your
to always say,
personality and your spirit, just how you said in the beginning, like you're only as young as you feel. So it's just,
yeah,
embracing that. And then you're out, just inside and out.
it's that's what it is. It's embracing who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I love that you're in fashion, and I love that you are helping or seek to help people identify how to bring their personalities to professionalism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like that is so wonderful. And
Yeah.
you can help them get financially stable too, all at the same time. So it's all the things.
Right. All the things. No,
Because we
because
live
like
in a
you said, no, go
yeah.
ahead.
I was gonna say we live in an and society, so yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm starting to realize too, that it's not an and, it's not like an or, but it's an and. You got to do and you can't just do or in this day and age. There's so much going on. You just got to multitask, but how do we then take that into, our personality, our outfit choices, even it's crazy to say finance, but then diversify it and really just, be who you are on paper, but also on the outside. And so, yeah, I think it's just super important that we just don't get stale with who we are, like we take a risk I think we've as a people have embraced like the white collar white man out, like, two piece so much. And now I think it's just a time where our generation is just so here for change and just so here for, like, uniqueness and boldness and risk taking, that it's just okay to 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 show who you are, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe even 10 years ago, the outfit choices, the fashion choices maybe looked side eye. Should you like not be looking like everybody else? But now I feel like after COVID, everything that's going on in the world, at this point, it's just like we just survived a pandemic. Okay. Like, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to be who I want to be. Like, we just went through a lot.
Hey, that part right there, because
Yeah.
I'm like, people don't know it, but I had a near death experience, and I'm not cutting any corners when it comes to me being who I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for a good time and not a long time. I'm just so
Exactly.
so I'm going to
Exactly.
enjoy it while I have more days behind me than in front of me. And while I have these few days in front of me, I want to enjoy them. I want to live the life that I have in my head for me. Now, that has nothing to do with
Mhm.
anybody else. That's just my preference for me, for myself.
Exactly. No, and I agree. It's just like I want to be happy for myself, like there's so much
Yeah,
going on, but I want to be happy. And I think that ties into, who you are on the inside, what you look like on the outside, doing things that make you feel good, being okay, being uncomfortable. I think that's also something as well that I've just learned within the last year or so, just really being okay, being uncomfortable, and it kind of starts to like kind of make you shine in a way. I don't know. It's just because it's like you feel uncomfortable, so you don't know what you don't know, but then it's just like you start getting adjusted to it, and you just start, really following who you are, because you just taken a risk. You've been okay with being uncomfortable. So I think it's just super important. I think going forward, it's almost 2027, like, can you believe it? But just really just, it doesn't matter where you are, it's more so where you end. So if you haven't been taking risk, or if you don't have your financial plan together, or if you're just like, I want to spice it up a little bit, I think it doesn't matter when you do it, as long as you do it. just
yeah.
just do it. Like Nike says, just do it, but
Just
like
do it. Yeah,
seriously, just
exactly.
do it.
Just do
Yeah.
it. Just do
Yeah.
it. Just try it. I mean,
Mhm.
I love to see people do things that they never imagined themselves doing.
Mhm.
I love taking business owners higher. I just met this young lady earlier today, and she was like, "Oh, Miss Linda," because she's going to be doing some things she's never thought. She's been doing her own thing, but she's
Mhm.
never thought about actually doing this kind of thing which is going to take her different places. I love those type of interactions all the time. If you look at my logo, it has a
Mhm.
light bulb that's on. The lights are on because that's the part when people get it, when they feel like, oh, wait, I don't have to be cookie cutter. I can
Mhm.
actually be individually. I can be me, and it's okay. I can be me. I can have my own thoughts and I can have my own feelings. And it's okay for me to have feelings because, we're in oh, that's emotional. Don't get emotional and all
Right.
that kind of crap. Oh, Lord. That's a whole nother conversation. But
Right.
but teaching people how to empowering people to be the best version of themselves.
Mhm. Mhm. And yeah, and then you just, like, I think about my friends who we've known each other forever, and they've gone through relationships, and they've had to really change who they were, and then they get out the relationship and they realize who they are, or someone just pivoted from starting an X career, now they're in Y career, and it just shows. And those type of things, it's just taking a risk. Like, you got to bet on yourself, I think.
You got
you
to
know
bet on yourself.
You really
And you
have
have
to.
to invest in yourself. You have to
Mm-hmm.
invest in yourself. Like you have to be the person that takes you higher.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has to be you. It has to be a decision, that choice that you make, because
Mm-hmm.
no one else can do it. No one else is obligated to do it.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I think even for my business owners, like what I see sometimes is business owners, they take on so much that they don't, necessarily give things to their employees to take care of.
Mm.
But sometimes, that's going to allow you to take those bigger risks for yourself and your business. And so, and I think that goes back to being okay, being uncomfortable, giving the your employees or others the workload, just making sure, because that's going to allow you to be who you are, taking
Absolutely.
that
I
risk.
teach that because
Yeah.
I teach business owners how to accept a 70% them. Because
Mm-hmm.
most times they want 100% them, and that's not really realistic. But if they don't realize that their 70% is somebody else's 100%. And so
Yeah.
having them to be comfortable with finding someone who's 70% them, and
Mm-hmm.
being able to delegate it, not really expecting that it's going to be exactly like what they would do, and letting go of the reins, because when they're working in their business, they very seldom have time to work on their business. And that's
Yep.
why they stay stuck. That's why they stay stressed out. That's why they stay burnout, because they don't have, and I love helping business owners find who that person is, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not one size fit all. We have to spend time together and learn about their business and learn about how they practice business. I have a few businesses right now doing time studies,
Okay.
figuring out who they need next. Like it's not one size fit all. It's never one
Yeah.
size fit all.
Mm-mm.
It all depends on who you are, what your ambitions are, what assets you have, what your processes and procedures are. It's all about that business owner, how they want to grow their businesses. And
Yeah.
I think meeting you will help them to find their own flavor,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. You don't know what you don't know. And even not just to talk solely on finance, but just in general, you don't know in finances. We've not been shared all the information. And so it's just a lot of education, making sure that, business owners have the resources that they need. If we can't do something, we know others that can. And I think when business owners think big picture, not just in the now, but in the future, and like you said, how do you want your business to grow? When you start to think like that, then you start to see, like, dang, I'm able to, delegate X, Y, and Z. Now I have the time to be who I am and get this business where it needs to go, So yep, it's definitely a risk. And it's definitely like, oh, do I do it? Do I not do it? You should do it,
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that we recognize it to be a risk, because the thing about it is like, if it keeps antagonizing you at night, your thoughts are always on it. You just feel
Mhm.
that urge that you have to do it. Like, all the things that is not. This is definitely a faith walk.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship is a faith walk, and there will be days when you'll be like, "Oh, forget it, forget it, I'm done," you know. But then there's the other days, no, because it's not for us; it's for the people that we are designed to serve. And so
Mhm.
that's why we keep pushing right head on.
Exactly. Exactly. And so we need cheerleaders and supporters around
Yeah,
us to help us be great and do those things that, we don't think we can do.
absolutely. I agree with that so much. So, what would you like someone listening to this conversation? What would you like 1 to 3 takeaways that they should have?
Oh my goodness, you so funny, Miss Linda. I wrote this down. Okay, one. It's so funny
I
you
love
said that. Okay, and it's literally three. One,
it.
it doesn't matter where you are, I think all stages of life, at least I was writing this why you need a financial plan, but I think you can apply this to life. But three reasons, Miss Linda. So no, it's all stages of life, you can use a financial plan. And it doesn't matter where you start, it's more so where you end. And I think that goes for anything. A little by little, putting in, taking risks, saving, it pays off in the long run. And third, pivoting. Don't be afraid to pivot. I think I was nervous to pivot. I pivoted and it's like, dang, this can pay off. And so I think, doing those three things, understanding those three things, and just really conceptualizing them, I think that in time will lead you to success.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And so I am getting ready to close. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug, and you've just tuned into the Business Plugs Mixer. Join us on Sundays here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we have business conversations with business people, and about business topics. That's what we're doing for business people. So you are welcome to join us here, wherever you're watching and listening to this, at 7 o'clock p.m. live. And then don't forget to put your comments in the comment section. Join us next week right here on the Business Plugs Mixer. I got tongue tied. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye,
Goodbye.
y'all.